This is the first beach walk that I've done. I think this month. Beach is like, there's so much seaweed. Anyway, we made it out into the sunshine for our morning walk. I was on my period last week, and so I just was sitting on my porch trying to take it slow because I was really getting into lifting again and taking infrared classes and just doing some other weight training classes in my luteal phase. This is how I've really started to learn my body, is through objective information. And so, like, for example, it's the same thing that happened to me with intuitive eating. It felt really good, it felt really amazing, but I wasn't actually getting enough nutrients. I wasn't actually eating enough protein, just intuitively eating. I needed to be intentionally nourishing. And the same thing applies with exercise and movement, because it felt really good to be doing infrared classes. It felt really good to be doing weight training classes and just like being a lot more active. And I felt amazing, but my luteal phase got shorter. And the only thing I changed was my exercise intensity, and exercise intensity does in fact affects that. And so one of the ways that you can gauge if your exercise routine is working for you or not is your luteal phase. Are you exercising too intensely? Anyway, so this week I am just trying to take it chill. We genuinely might have to turn around because the beach is crazy this morning. We're gonna have to turn around. It's kind of a hot mess. It's a little bit later. I had an appointment that I had to go to. I feel like I have so much I want to catch up on, health-wise, fertility-wise. I really made a huge discovery this past week. Basically, I started researching into, as you know, I went to so many different doctors to try to figure out what was going on with, I went to like 5 different doctors for my hormones. All of them said I had the lowest progesterone they'd ever seen. They put me on progesterone. I never responded well to it. My body never got into a normal range. It just didn't work for me. And so then I just kind of gave up when I went back to school and became certified in blood chemistry. And I got my blood done and I ran my labs for the first time myself, which was crazy. My protein intake was low. I wasn't eating enough protein, digesting it well. That being said, I ran also, when I did my regular labs, just my standard blood panel, I also ran a pathogen panel. And that is when I found, lo and behold, the very thing that has really been causing really all the issues, honestly. You know, of course, if you have nutritional deficiencies, that's gonna affect things. Like, oh, the other thing is, I forgot to say, I was not getting enough zinc, which is a critical nutrient for ovulation. And I just can't believe like even something like that was missed. I was, you know, it blows my mind. So all that to say, but anyway, going back to that, the mold, I did a pathogen test and mold came up in my blood. Stachybotrys and another kind of mold. Very, very, very dangerous molds. And I'm gonna insert the chart right here that this mold actually produces a toxin that does this. And when I read this a week ago or so, when I found it, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't research into it more. I mean, I just immediately started, you know, learning about detoxification, how to detox my body, support detoxification pathways, which we won't get into that now. But I didn't really research into the toxins and what they do. I was just researching like, okay, how do I support my body in getting rid of it? You know what I mean? Once I researched and I found this toxin, this mycotoxin, it just utterly blew me away that directly impacts fertility, directly impacts hormonal health, your body's production of hormones. And I've been able to get my progesterone into a healthy range. My personal goal for me personally, with my history of experiencing loss, I'd like to see it above 13. And that's my goal as of where I'm at for right now, but I'm just not able to get over a 10. And so now that being said, what I learned through this, as you can see, this toxin disrupts the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal access. I always wanted to start with the foundation of foundations, which to me is nutrition. Reading the blood, I'm not getting enough protein, wasn't getting enough magnesium, wasn't getting enough zinc, wasn't getting those basics. And I wanted to do that first. Give my body the nutrients that it clearly needed to have healthier cells, healthy cells, make healthy tissues, make healthy organs. That being said, I never wanted to jump straight into using herbs because, again, I wanted to really cover the foundation first, if that makes sense, and not just use an herb to, because an herb is never going to fix a magnesium deficiency. You know what I mean? An herb is never going to fix a protein deficiency. That being said, when I read this, that it disrupts the hypothalamic pituitary axis, one of the things that I read about Vitex and why I believe that Vitex maybe is even so incredibly helpful because we don't even realize that we are exposed to so many things. Vitex, also known as chasteberry, is a botanical that can help balance hormones and regulate the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. I am so excited this cycle I started taking Vitex, and I'm so thankful though for my journey that I really laid a strong foundation of making sure that all those things were in place, like protein and potassium and all those things that we need. But now I'm so excited because that's something that I just, that is literally what that toxin does. The fact that God, I love this verse that says that herbs shall be for the service of mankind. And that to me is I'm like, I love you so much, herbs, and God, thank you, Jesus, for creating herbs, because this is incredible that this is able to actually help to balance that axis. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes, this cycle. That's where I'm at. I added in Vitex and I'm still doing all the things that I'm normally doing. But even this, even this cycle, I'm not exercising as intensely as I was last time. And that really made a big difference on my cycle and my luteal phase. And that's what I was trying to explain, is that hopefully this is all connecting and you're not just like, what is happening? Intuitive eating felt really good, but I still was lacking critical nutrients. All the workouts that I was doing, even it being in the right place with me mentally, and even me enjoying weight training and the infrared classes and the workout classes that I was doing, it still was too much for my body objectively. Could you say, how do you know it was for sure the workouts? Well, everything else didn't change. I just really upped my workouts. And so that was, it is a stress. Working out is a stressor. Anyway, so that's kind of the update. It really is incredible when I look at this chart that how massively the mold has affected my hormones. It does feel so nice to have. I'm so thankful for answers. Anyway, a new little thing I'm adding in. And again, this is something that I know that sometimes it can be really tempting to just go for an herb or go for something else without really focusing on the foundations of protein, fiber. A berry is not going to fix a protein deficiency, but I'm thankful for when those things are in place that herbs can come in and really be able to help out and nourish and assist. That's my update, doing some herbs. And that's the other thing too, living in such a toxic world is something that has given me a great grace for myself and compassion. It's not our fault. If I could scream anything from the rooftops, it is not our fault. That is also why I focus every day on barrier support every single day. You see me put my Armra colostrum in my matcha every single day and my drinks every day, because we live in a world that we can't control, that they sprayed the parks with glyphosate. I can't control that I was living in a house with incredibly toxic substances that we're exposed to. That is something that we cannot control. It's not our fault that modern living breaks down our barriers. It just is what it is. But I know how big of an impact that our gut and our microbiome has on our total body health and our immunity and our immune response to those invaders trying to come in. And if we can strengthen that, that is everything. That is gold to me. But in a world that there is so many toxic things, what I can control is I can control giving my body the nutrients that it needs to strengthen my barriers, to strengthen my body's first response against these things that I am so glad to help fortify my gut wall barrier. I'm so thankful to optimize my microbiome through nutrients like prebiotics and antioxidants and peptides and amino acids and things that help to rebuild. That is one of my main reasons why I will never stop taking colostrum. And specifically the reason I like Armor colostrum though is because in a third-party study, it was a 32% stronger response against LPS particles, the lipopolysaccharides, the endotoxin, okay, that goes in there. And what does a toxin do? What does a toxin do? In the most basic way to think about it, it damages the cell. Again, all this could always genuinely bring me to tears because I have struggled with my health for so long. And it's not because I'm crying over my own story. This is literally what my therapist said, that I'm an empath. I don't even know what it's called, an empath, I think. I quite literally, I like feel your pain in my heart. It is my mission in life to help you feel seen and to help you actually have hope. That if you're feeling like I've exhausted everything, I've tried everything, why am I still struggling? Why am I still feeling like this? Is there hope? Is this ever gonna happen for me? All these different things, all these things that we face not only in life, but inside of ourselves where we feel maybe so defeated, that there is hope. There is hope. And I say that even still, me having more of my own mountain to climb, I say that because for so long I just went in circles. And this is the year that I finally have scaled, maybe not all of the mountain, but part of the mountain. And I believe more than anything that we do not have to feel hopeless. We do not have to feel hopeless, that no situation is ever without hope, because first of all, we have God. That God, we look at things, we look at foods like colostrum. I look at foods like colostrum and I see God. I see, God, how in the world did you put over 400 different nutrients inside of this one food? Nature, it's literally from nature. And I cannot help but see just absolute divine love, even in our food. I mean, leave it to me. Maybe this is who I am, to think so deeply about something like that. But that is quite literally how I feel. I'm like, we do not have to be without hope. And I don't find it a coincidence that it's the first food in life, the first thing that we are even exposed to, colostrum, you know. And by the way, specifically for this colostrum, this is overflow colostrum. So this would just be thrown away. It would just be thrown out. And Armor is amazing to actually be able to actually not let it go to waste. US grass-fed family farms, incredible, glyphosate-free, all the things. To harness that nutrition and be able to deliver it to us instead of it being wasted is such a gift. And I will tell you, there's nothing in my life that brings me more joy than hearing how things that I share and have talked about that have helped me, helps you. And this is a limited edition flavor. It's so good. The Arctic Chai. I do 1 pack of this and then 3 scoops of this. It's delicious. 2, 3. That is so good. That is so delicious. Oh my gosh, the chai flavor. You can go to tryarmor.com/Cambria and you're gonna get 15% off of your first purchase. This is limited edition. Cannot recommend it enough. The Arctic Chai is chef's kiss. Strengthen your barriers, optimize your microbiome, activate cellular health. Just the one superficial thing that I feel like this has done more than anything is help to grow my hair. My hair is so healthy. This is the longest that it has been in years without extensions. And my hair just continues to grow and be healthy and strong. And I can't wait. I want it to get even longer and I'll just never stop taking this. Trader Joe's, mission accomplished. Hopefully it's not blinding you. I feel like the sun is so bright right now, but I got these plantain crisps. I don't even think they're chips. I got some plantain crisps. I'm too hungry to not have a snack right now. I need to have a snack. Cowboy caviar. I don't remember the last time I had this. My mouth is watering. So I got these. We're going to see how this tastes with the plantain chip. I'm double dipping. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Okay, that's a 10 out of 10. I also wanted to try these what are these called? Papadums? Lentil and chickpea crisp. I literally don't know. I don't know about these. I'm a little bit skeptical if they're gonna be good or not. Okay, actually not bad. Definitely the plantains are much more flavorful. I don't even think I've had this beef jerky. Organic beef jerky, basically almost dinner, and I need to make lunch, so I don't even know what's gonna happen. That's good. Okay, this is amazing. Okay, let's go home. I just made the easiest dinner ever. Honestly, I know that this isn't necessarily like a lazy dinner, but to me, this was pretty effortless. Acorn squash. I've been obsessed with it. It's so sweet and delicious. So cut it in half, salt, olive oil, cut side down on the pan, 400 degrees for a half an hour. Turkey burgers. I actually did 2 because my lunch, we all know what happened there. It just got late in the day. Today was kind of like, so I did 2 and that's 44 grams of protein. Even though I did eat the beef jerky, I just want to make sure that I'm getting enough protein. I got my fiber. I just got new fiber. I don't think, I was going to mention this to you earlier, but this is one of the other ways I'm supporting my detoxification because we need fiber to bind to bile. Anyway, the whole thing with mold. So I'm finding that I need to have a fiber supplement that I just can know that I get my fiber. Like for example, today, obviously I know how to eat enough fiber in a day. Like I created well, you know, I calculated all these things, but on a day like today where I ran out of raspberries. I don't have any raspberries and I don't have any berries and I needed fiber. I still need fiber. So this is the one that I got, Sun Fiber. There's been so many studies on this. And you know what? Of all the fibers that I've had, not like a prebiotic, but like a genuine fiber, this fiber has absolutely not irritated my gut, stomach, at all. I saw this at Trader Joe's and this looked so fun. So I'm gonna have this as like my dessert, if you will, because you know, I was gonna have it for breakfast, but then I was like, I really wanna try it. So this mango blueberry chia bowl smells so good. Hello, it's a couple days later. I just made some tea. We're gonna do a Sunday reset. We're gonna do a little Sunday reset. I'm just ready to freshen up the house, get some laundry done, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna make a little tea and then we're going to clean this house because we need to clean this house. I was gonna say, if you're in a season where you need community in your current community, like we have friends that live so far away from us. I just have to say, like, if you are in a season where you are praying for that, I just want to encourage you that it's not impossible. I think that is what I felt like for so long, that our friends are just going to be far away and we're not really going to have like community where we live, like in our lives, like presently, like physically. And I am just blown away how God has really just changed our lives even in the past month. Like it is so crazy to me. And today was such a just enriching Sunday. And I felt very stagnant. Even just these past few months in my life, just in my soul. And when there's a lot of different things in life that just start to feel heavy, whether it's your health, your community, your family, whatever it is, there's so many things that can feel so incredibly heavy. Recently, I just heard this message that really radically changed the way that I even see about timing. And you can be in these seasons of life that feels like we're in the hallway, you know, that God shuts doors that no man can shut and he opens doors that no man can open. And so, but we find ourselves a lot of the times in the tension of the hallway where a door is shut and that next door has not opened yet. It hasn't opened up. We haven't gotten that answer. We haven't gotten that next step. And so we're in this hallway, and knowing anything about hallways, they can be very confusing. And I get very disoriented very easily. You get out of your hotel room and you don't know where the ice machine is. You don't know where the elevator is. I get so disoriented and so turned around, and I have no idea where I'm going in the hallway. It's in the time of the in-between that that the barrenness and the wilderness and learning how to navigate the tension of the weight, that is where we are molded and shaped to enter into that next season. It is his goodness that we are not entering into that door yet, because if I would have given 15-year-old Cambria a 30-pound dumbbell and told her, here you go, this is going to make you stronger, I would have been crushed under the weight of that dumbbell. I couldn't carry it because I didn't have the capacity to hold it yet. I am not who I need to be yet to hold that weight. And so it is his goodness that doesn't fling wide open the next door, the next season. And I can say, even though it has been hard, and there are so many days, even today at church, like, it's hard. It doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean that it's easy to be in the hallway, but it's good. And I won't let the lie of anything else convince me that it's not, that God is withholding from me. And I'm not even talking about a child here. I'm talking about everything and anything in life. He is not withholding good. He withholds no good thing from those who walk uprightly. And I just want you to know that it is his goodness. It is his loving kindness that hedges us in, that protects us, like Hosea, that the thorns were there for the protection, not for hurting, but I'm going to hedge you in to keep you out from truly harm's way. I'm going to enclose you in and wrap you in my love. And maybe we don't understand that, but what we do understand is how thorns hurt. And I can't go through that thorn bush. And that thorn bush is therefore there to protect us from what's on the other side, and also to keep things out that would try to come in otherwise. And so it is not a lack of love. It is actually an abundant goodness. I talked so long that now my camera's dying. So now I need to charge my camera, and then we need to clean the house. We have a lot to do. So let's do it. I hope you enjoyed our reset together. And I have to say, I have felt like I've been in a funk. I've just felt very stuck. Honestly, I'll just be honest with you. I have felt kind of, at first I thought it was tiredness, but then the tiredness kind of turned into laziness. I'm just being honest with you. Honestly, after creating well, I was just very tired. I feel reignited again. I feel motivated. And I think I'm gonna make some videos on how to kind of get unstuck, motivated, figure out your wellness routine. If you're just kind of feeling blah and stuck and maybe stagnant, not to not slow down and enjoy this year. That's not it. I'm talking about the internal feeling of like just kind of not really feeling excited about your day. Maybe you're out of routine. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna make a few videos on that, especially as we're coming to the end of the year and we're going into a new year, and just how to start implementing things now. Dallas Willard has said, without me, you can do nothing. When Jesus says that, without me, you can do nothing. But be sure, if you do nothing, it will be without me. And that is how I've been feeling. I've just been feeling like it's hard for me to really do anything. And I want to bring back the podcast. I've been really slacking on my Wednesday emails. Like, I want to pour into you and I want to show up for my life. And that's the thing. I just haven't been, that's the thing. I want to, without me, you can do nothing. But if you do nothing, you can be sure it'll be without me. And so that is not an attack on rest. Okay. This has nothing to do with rest, has nothing to do with that. Rest has a place in our lives and certainly feels very invigorating when we work well, when we show up for we all want to show up for our life, and we all want to show up for our days and do what we are called to do. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a podcast. It doesn't matter if it's your family. It doesn't matter what it is. The point is not the what, it's the who. It's being able to show up for your life, having a vision, having a plan. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, you can go to tryarmra.com and you are going to get 15% off of your first order. And that limited edition chai flavor, if you've ever wanted to try it, this is the time. Link will be in the description box for that. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.